Right then, hello everyone and welcome back to the Assetto Corsa Offline Championship. We are here for round number 12 of the 2021 Formula 2 Championship, and for the first time since 2017, the ACOC returns to the Yas Marina circuit for the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. Yes, Formula 2 is here for its 12th and final round of the season. We're gonna bid our farewells to Formula 2 for this season, as we gear up for one final time in 2021. And yeah, we are back at the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix, the Yas Marina circuit in Yas Island, for the last round of the championship. Because the teams, not the teams championship, sorry, the drivers championship is sealed. Henry J. Brown is already champion, but there are still very, very big places up for grabs in the championship. Lots of big fights, and obviously the team's championship is to be wrapped up today. My name is Miran in the commentary booth, joining you, and it sure is good to be back at Yas Marina. This is the new layout as well, with the removed chicane that's been in place since 2021. And now that I'm actually talking about the layout on the track, I think it is a pretty good time to go through the track. So, the Yas Marina circuit, located on the Yas Island near Abu Dhabi, in the capital of the United Arab Emirates. The track was opened in October of 2009, designed by infamous track designer Herman Tilke. It hosted the Formula 1 Abu Dhabi Grand Prix in 2009 and has hosted the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix ever since 2009 in Formula 1. Along with that as well, it has hosted the Gulf 12 Hours in the Intercontinental GT Challenge Series since 2013, and also a lot more recently the Asian Le Mans Series has been coming to the Yas Marina circuit. Other than that, you have had V8 supercars here in the 2010s, and also a few other racing series, like the GP2 series, which is, well, now Formula 2, so they technically still do run here, and even Rallycross did come here once in 2019. So usually it does play host to a few more continental racing series, but over the years we have seen a lot of international racing series come here. This layout then of the track, the Grand Prix circuit, which was renovated in 2021, had its layout tweaked a bit. It is 5.281 kilometers long and features 16 turns with a race lap record of a 1:37.445 set in 2021. And this track, it is rather interesting. This is built on an artificial island, meaning that there is little to no elevation on this track. It's very flat, and since there is not a lot of space to work with in this track, many have criticized it for being a bit plain and boring. This track obviously is located right next to Ferrari World, I believe, which is just outside turn 5 on this track, and then also the Yas Marina waterfront, and then obviously through turn 13 it goes through a hotel, which certainly is very interesting as well. Other than that, it has generated a few good races. Many minds flock back to the 2021 Formula 1 finale in real life between Lewis Hamilton and Max Verstappen. That was certainly a very interesting one, and it was Verstappen who would win the championship by sending it to the inside of Hamilton into the newly renovated turn number 5. So hopefully this new layout as well, which is the first time we'll run it in the ACOC, should generate a lot more action as well. As I said, though, this track in real life maybe isn't the most let's say, exciting of races, but it is certainly very glamorous, especially during the night. I think it's a brilliant track in terms of its environment. You've got the yachts, you've got the waterfront, you've got that big hotel that lights up in the night as you go under between turn 13 and 14. It just is a very nice track, in my opinion. We've got 2 new drivers as well, as we just before we get underway with qualifying proper. You've got 2 new drivers filling in after the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix. There is the first man. It is Ekoto Sambi, the man from Kenya. He's substituting for Mihail Valiak, who picked up an injury at the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix. Valiak is being replaced by the man who won in Super Formula, finished P4 in that season, and now he will make a guest appearance here at the Yas Marina circuit. And the other man to make his Formula 2 debut here today is at the moment the man on provisional pole. It is none other than Mateusz Materiał in the high-tech Grand Prix. If we could get the cameras on Materiał, we're going to see Ekoto Sambi first. There he is, Mateusz Materiał from Poland, the 3rd placed man in Super Formula this season, makes his debut in Formula 2, rocking the Red Bull colors of high-tech Grand Prix. This comes also after the announcement that Materiał will be the newest addition to the Red Bull Academy. From this race onwards, Materiał then will be replacing Willy Sundevik, who is race banned for this last round after his controversial collision with teammate Ollie Boaks. And there is big shoes to fill for Mateusz Materiał as well. There's going to be lots of expectations, even though this is his first ever Formula 2 race, considering high-tech Grand Prix are 23 points behind Harus in the Constructors, and there is going to be, and obviously, as I said, the Constructors title will be sealed here today as well. Not Constructors, Teams, sorry. The Teams title will have to be sealed today, and while there are still 5 teams who can compete for that title, high-tech are the closest ones to Harus Racing Systems. So we'll see if Mateusz Materiał could be the deciding factor in that team's fight. And at the moment, he isn't doing too badly either. Materiał with a 140.078. He is about a 10th ahead of Adam Hidayat in 2nd, and then Thunyatorn Konkum in 3rd. Not bad at all from Thunyatorn Konkum. Adam Hidayat in 2nd, though. Today will be an important day, as he could be in the fight for runner-up in the championship. It is a pretty close fight for P2 in the championship. You've got Ollie Boaks, Rodrigo Jimenez, and Adam Hidayat involved in that battle, all separated on only 4 points. It's Boaks on 86, Jimenez on 84, and Hidayat on 82. So it is certainly gonna be a very exciting one indeed. As here's Nikhil Walji across the line. Let's see if he can improve. Yes, he does, as he goes up into P8. Got a lot of interesting battles as well. We've got the battle between Axel Socki and Gabriel Gomez for P6, or sorry, P5 in the championship. Believe Axel Socki, if he does get a very good result today, could even be in this battle for P2. So we'll see what he's going to do. As there is he divides, going up into 4th. Good stuff from the Swede. The old fox, Idevites, who's had a pretty all-right season. He scored 1 podium and 1 pole position, which he failed to convert into a podium at the Azerbaijan Grand Prix, and finished on the podium at Hockenheim. Apart from that, it's been a few meager points finishes for the Swede, and he'll look to end the season off on a high today. To see Alex Luan currently on a lap, making his way through turn number 5 with you can just see there in the background, the Yas Marina Hotel illuminating the track. Looks absolutely glorious. As Luan now makes his way down the back straight. Luan as well, it's been maybe a rather disappointing season for him, even despite the fact he did score a podium at Jeddah, especially compared to his teammate Henry J. Brown. Luan might be feeling a bit disappointed, but there's nothing he can do really, apart from just keep his head down and focus on the next season of Formula 2. Luan, who on his Formula 2 debut at Bahrain last season in 2020, actually scored a podium, finished P3 in his debut race, and did actually open up the season again in Bahrain by scoring a P3. So the Gulf countries seem to be a bit of a favorite for Alex Luan. So we'll see if that trend will carry on here to Abu Dhabi as well, as Luan's now going to round the final corner. Let's see what this is going to be for Alex Luan as he goes across the line, and it's P8 for Alex Luan. Not bad from the Vietnamese man. It's a 140.479. He gets himself 7 thousandths ahead of Jean-Francois below. He's gone down to 10th though, as Rowan Chotanis has gone up to P6 and Henry J. Brown has gone up to P4. Seems like that fighting spirit from Henry J. Brown has not gone away, despite the fact he's already won the championship. Looking good for Henry J. Brown, of course. And the man from Portugal will certainly be happy about this championship. It's been a hard-fought season for him. And yeah, we'll see if any Formula 1 teams will come knocking for Henry the following season. As there's Hoàng Minh Nguyen across the line. And, well, he's already gone across the line, but he's gone up into 4th. So that's a good lap from Hoàng Minh Nguyen. He's actually gone and placed himself ahead of Henry J. Brown with that lap. So not bad at all from the man in the HWA. Nguyen as well. I guess it's been a bit of a lackluster season compared to teammate Axel Socchi. Speaking of Axel Socchi, he's just slotted in just behind Nguyen. But, yeah, Socchi has been the clear number 1 at HWA this season, and Nguyen has, well, it's been a bit of a lackluster. Well, maybe I wouldn't say lackluster, that's a bit mean, but I guess it's been a season of learning for Hoàng Minh Nguyen, and we'll see how the Vietnamese will get on in the next season. As here's Adam Hidayat in 2nd. He looks to be stuck behind Ekoto Sambi. He's actually gone down to 3rd, as Rodrigo Jimenez has now got up into 2nd. And this is making the battle for 2nd in the championship a lot more spicy, as now Jimenez gets himself up into 2nd. It's looking good for these two, but Ollie Boaks, who obviously did not start at the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix following his teammate collision with Willy Sundevik, will definitely be looking to get himself up there with Jimenez and Hidayat. Otherwise, it will be a crying shame for the Red Bull Junior to not score any points whatsoever here at Abu Dhabi. He's got a pretty, he's got a bit of a pack here, which he'll need to clear. He's got Hidayat there up ahead, who we just were looking at, and then Sambi at the, what was I going to say, at the front of this pack. So Ollie certainly won't be too happy about this one. And you can see there's the other Trident coming out as well. There's Jake Tilsley. Oh dear, it's just getting worse. And Hidayat's going to try to get past his teammate, but he'll definitely not be happy about the fact his teammate's blocking him on his flying lap. Hidayat's going to go through on the inside line though. Boaks is going to try and follow it through, as the two Brits are going to go side by side now. Both will have the DRS since it is qualifying. Now heading into turn number 6. There's Tilsley on the outside, as he's actually going to go back onto his teammate Adam Hidayat, and Boaks is going to try and follow through Tilsley now, as the two are going to be wheel to wheel. Oof, good racing we're having here in qualifying, but even if it does look nice, this is not the ideal situation for the pair of them. The two rivals are going to go side by side here in qualifying, try and jostle for qualifying positions as they head through the refurbished turn 9. Boaks tries it there on the outside, runs a bit wide, as Hidayat blocks Ollie Boaks. And things are certainly getting heated already in qualifying. So yeah, Ollie Boaks certainly won't be too happy about the two Tridents. As I was just about to say Mateusz Materia was the fastest man, but it is now this man, Håkon Olsen from Norway. What a lap from Håkon Olsen, and he now becomes the first man to get himself into 139s. Great lap from Håkon Olsen, the man who finished 3rd at Jeddah. That is a brilliant lap from the Dams driver. With under 4 minutes to go now, we have a brand new pole sitter, provisionally, obviously, in Håkon Olsen. Good stuff. And Mateusz Materiał, could it be the debut pole position dream for Mateusz Materiał? Just have to wait and see if he's going to be able to respond to that lap time from Olsen, as Olsen's teammate below now goes up into 8th, just ahead of Ide Weitz with 140.288. Only about 300ths off the man ahead of him, Axel Socki, in 7th. And I guess it is a pretty bitter end to the season for Jean-François Bilot, considering at one point in this season he was a back-to-back race winner. As they're onto provisional pole, it's Rosetta Martinez. What a lap from the Filipino man who's last in the championship. And what a way that would be to end off the season for Martinez. Great lap from Rosetta Martinez, and certainly that would be a very positive end to his season. Great stuff from Martinez, as here he goes to the inside of, I think that is Mateusz Materiał. He's gonna give the Polish man a run for his money. So we head down the back straight now. Martinez gets the overspeed. He's gonna go to the outside. He's gonna have a look on the inside, but he does think better of it and does decide to stay back. And Materiał will not be too bothered about the man currently on provisional pole. In that second sector, though, it seems like Mateusz is about 3/10 off. Or no, sorry, this is his outlap. So, where is it? This is his outlap, yes. So, Materiał is just going to start his flying lap. As he heads through turn 10. There's Tobias Schwulenberg up to P5. Good lap from the German, who's had a very disappointing season, so to say, especially considering he finished runner-up in 2020. His move to Prema didn't seem to be a good one, as he's just fallen in the shadow of his teammate Rodrigo Jimenez. Schulenberg now heading down the back straight into the braking zone of turn number 6. 50 seconds left on the clock. Mateusz Materiał's come in. So, yeah, the debut pole dream won't be a reality for Mateusz Materiał. But at the moment, the 3rd place would be absolutely brilliant on his debut. Here is Ari Soilu, as he's going to head down into turn number 5, currently on the lap then, the Finn, as he heads through turn 5 and head down the back straight as well into turn number 6. Looking through the field, here's someone else just rounding off their lap. This is Nikhil Walji making his way out of the 16th and last corner. Walji then across the line. Is he going to improve on this lap? He does, but it is only up by one position. Tobias Schulenberg comes in as the checker flag is now out. Thunjatorn Konkum in as well. Here is Rodrigo Jimenez, and let's see what the Brazilian is going to be able to do as he heads through turn number 14. And then through the final 2 corners, the final right-handers of 15. And then into turn 16. Let's see if Jimenez is going to improve on this lap and maybe get himself up a few positions. The answer is no for Rodrigo Jimenez. He stays in 4th. Either way, that's going to be good, as he is ahead of Hidayat and Ole Boaks as well. Adam Hidayat, though, is going to try and make sure that isn't the case, as he's going to go across the line. And it's no improvement for Adam Hidayat. He can't do anything there. It's going to be P6 at best for Adam Hidayat. Next up, Ari Soilu. Can Soilu lift himself up a few positions? No. He stays in 13th as Olsen comes into the pits. Gabriel Gomez next across the line, along with the Caruso in the background. That's Luan. Neither of them improve. Then it is Henry J. Brown, who I believe doesn't improve either. Jake Tilsley across the line. Should be one of the final cars coming across the line, if not even the final car across the line. And Tilsley does not improve. He's not the final man across the line. Nikhil Walji, I believe, is on a lap here. I think he just was able to squeeze one in. And let's see if the Canadian is going to improve. So he rounds the final corner. Can Nikhil Walji lift himself out of 19th with this lap? As he goes across the line. No. Is the answer for Nikhil Walji, and he will qualify a lowly 19th. It's been a disappointing season for Walji, especially since his move to Carden as well. As I think that is it. We're just waiting for the confirmation, and there it is. And it's the most unlikely of pole positions, but taking pole position for the final round here at Abu Dhabi, Rosetta Martinez is on pole position here at the Yas Marina circuit. And certainly it is an interesting effort indeed. A great effort from Martinez. So he'll certainly be happy about that one. And then it's Håkon Olsen alongside him as well. So very, very unusual top two today. But I won't spoil you guys any further. It's time to go through the qualifying grid for one last time before lights out here at Abu Dhabi. And it is Rosetta Martinez on pole position with Håkon Olsen alongside him in second. And Mateusz Materia will be third on his debut. Brilliant qualifying effort from the Polish driver. And Rodrigo Jimenez will be in fourth. It's a good qualifying for Prema, as Tobias Schwulenberg is in P5 with Adam Hidayat in P6, looking to claim second in the championship today. And then it's Tunja Tornkonkum in seventh with Hwang Min Nguyen in eighth. Behind Nguyen is his teammate Axel Socki in ninth with Jean-Francois Bilot rounding out the top 10. Then it's Ida Weitz in the car in P11 with Henry J. Brown in 12th. Ari Soilu is 13th with Ekoto Sambi in P14. Then it's Rowan Shotanus in 15th with Jakuba Zukauskas in 16th place. P17 goes to Aaron Curtis with Alex Lewan in P18. 19th is Nikhil Walji, and behind him is Jake Tilsley in 20th. And rounding off the grid is Gabriel Gomez in P21 and Ole Boaks. It's a final race to forget for him as he lines up P22. Right then, for one final time this season, let's go racing then, shall we? As the lights are coming on, we've got 6 lights here at Abu Dhabi. And we're not on our way here at Yas Marina. Quick restart. We'll get that fixed. There we go. We're going to get underway once again here at Yas Marina. 24 laps await us. One last dance this season in Formula 2. And we're underway here at Yas Marina. That's a good getaway from Martinez. Not quite for Olsen. And Material might be there on the outside line, ready to pounce into turn number 1. He is going to be wheel to wheel with the experienced Norwegian. There's a crash at the back, though. That's one of the HWAs. Not quite sure who that is. As there's a 3-wide situation here into turn 3. There's a sliding ART there in the background, but Nguyen is going to keep it side by side with Henry J. Brown. Interesting stuff here on the opening lap. As here they are diving down the inside, and he's tagged Materia on his round. Adam Hidayat, he's tagged Mateusz Materia in a dive for third, and he's ruined his chances of getting runner-up in the championship. Adam Hidayat is out here at the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. Or well, he's not out yet, he's down to last, but it is big implications in the championship as Mateusz Materia was able to get him up at the second. Wow, those first few corners went by a flash. Really difficult to keep up. Here is Tunja Tornkonkum though. He's going to try and pressure Rodrigo Jimenez for fourth, as Konkum now is going to be here on the outside line. Jimenez is going to have to hope to try and defend this as best as he can. Konkum's there on the inside line. Jimenez runs wide, I believe. Yes, he did. And he's down to 5th. As Schwulenberg's now behind his teammate. Once again, Ida Weitz has made it up into 7th. Great start for Ida Weitz, as he's now chasing down the German Tobias Schwulenberg for 7th. Or for 6th, sorry. But it is Rosetta Martinez, the man from the Philippines, leading away then. 2.3 seconds from Mateusz Materia on second, and then Håkon Olsen in third. Here's Tilsley then side by side with Aaron Curtis. Through the final corner we go. It's Tilsley there on the inside line. They will be side by side as Curtis on the outside has a bit more traction. They'll be wheel to wheel now into turn number 1. As there's Soki, who I believe was the HWA involved in that lap 1 incident. As Tilty and Curtis now side by side through turn 1 and into turn number 2 as well. It's Curtis on the inside, which will turn into the outside for turn 4. As we now head into the braking zone of turn number 5. It's going to be Tilty on the outside line. Curtis late on the brakes will get it done, I believe. As we go a bit further up ahead, here's Veit defending against Below. Here's Jimenez. He's going to try and get his 4th back from through the turn Kunkum. As we head into the turn 6-7 chicane, Jimenez is going to be on the outside, and he's going to have the inside through turn 7. He's going to get it done up before jumping over the curb. That's going to give Kunkum a bit of a pace advantage over the Brazilian, and he's going to be able to keep it wheel to wheel and try and claim his P4 back. As we head down the back straight down the run to turn number 9, it's Jimenez on the inside. Kunkum runs wide through turn number 9. As he is off the racing line, maybe gets on the marbles there a bit, but it is Rodrigo Jimenez who does hold 4th place over Thundertorn Kunkum. Here's Gabriel Gomez in the meanwhile. He's going past Ollie Boaks. It seems like Boaks is pressuring the Brazilian. Has a look on the inside line there, but there's no space into turn 13 there for Ollie Boaks. And Gomez will have to keep 19. He's chasing out Tilsley. As Rosetta Martinez has now set the fastest lap of the race. Here down in last chain for him. If we could get a replay of that start, gonna get to see what happened at the start then now. As here's Axel Soki, and this was the first incident at the start. And oh, okay, here we go. So into turn 1, it's a 3 wide situation it seems like, and Shotanis is forced wide, and I think that might have just been a classic case of 3 into 1 doesn't go. Both HWAs were involved there. This was Nguyen involved. Let's see this, and I think he just, I don't know, I think it is a classic case of 3 into 1 doesn't go really. And this is Thundertorn Kunkum. Oh, it wasn't Shotanis, it was Kunkum. And I think he might put the squeeze on him there, and Kunkum out of control slams into the side of Axel Soki. That's a big shame for Soki. And then here is Adam Hideat then. So it's a very good getaway from him as well. He got Schwulenberg here. Then into turn number 1, you had Jimenez leaving the space. Jimenez running a bit wide on exit. Hideat does take advantage of this, so it's a great getaway for Adam Hideat in fact. And he is, I believe, still up and alongside at this point. And you can see there in the background, that's Olsen getting a pour as Material gets up into second. And he spots the opportunity, sends a big dive, and that's too much. Way too much for Adam Hideat. He overcooked that completely. I think it might have been a lockup for Hideat, but he went straight into the side of Mateusz Material. And I fear the Polish driver might have a bit of damage to his side pod, but yeah, Hideat mostly just ruined his own race with that one. Here is Henry J. Brown then. Chasing now Jakoba Zukauska's late lunge from Henry J. Brown into turn 5 onto Jakoba Zukauskas for 11th. But I fear it was a bit too late for Henry J. Brown, and he is going to have to stay behind the Lithuanian at the moment. Here's Axel Soki and only Boaks going side by side. Boaks gets a good run. He's gotten Soki, and he's going to get Gabriel Gomez as well for 19th potentially. As we head into turn number 6 and 7, Boaks on the inside line tries to get Gomez. Gomez gets the better on the outside line as Boaks goes over the curb. Now down the back straight we go. It's Boaks on the outside, Gomez on the inside, and Gomez is going to try and muscle his way past. As here's Schwulenberg trying to go up alongside either Weitz. Weitz though is going to try and get a Koto Sambi for 6th. As Weitz is there on the inside line trying to get past the young Kenyan, really testing his skill now as we head into the hotel section through turn 13. Weitz there on the outside just hanging on into turn 14 as well. Sambi almost shoves Weitz off the track even. As we head into 15 and 16, it's going to be Sambi defending the long way around into the final corner. Great battle, and it is going to be a Koto Sambi who comes out victorious, but he ran very wide, had to correct in order to go off the track, and that did scare the Weitz a bit, because here comes Tobias Schwulenberg, and maybe even Jean-Francois Below into turn number 1. Below has to back out. Schwulenberg is going to be side by side with the Weitz. into turn number 2 and 3 we go. They're gonna be wheel to wheel. Weitz does hold him off on the inside line. Below's trying to pick up the scraps, and Weitz does defend his position, holds the status quo in 7th. And Tobias Schwulenberg is going to be left to try and attack for another day. That other day might just be now, though, as he did have a bit of a look on the inside. It's turn number 5, but he's going to have to stay behind. Below is in this battle as well. So is Nguyen in 10th. It's so close here as Below with the DRS going to try and punch his way past Tobias Schwulenberg. Now into turn number 6 we go. It's going to be Below on the outside, which will turn into the inside line for turn 7. Jumped over the curb a bit. That's going to give Tobias the better run out of turn 7. And that is going to allow him to defend as well, as Schwulenberg will still be looking to chase down Ide Weitz, who doesn't have any DRS now, considering he's 1.6 behind Ekoto Sambi. As here's Håkon Olsen, and he's going to pass Mateusz Materiał for second. Let's see how this played out. And this is Olsen with the DRS into turn 9. He goes for a late move onto Mateusz Materiał, and the pole runs wide. I think that might just be a lack of experience for Mateusz Materiał, and he's down to 3rd. Here is Ekoto Sambi, and this is how he got it done, I believe, on Ide Weitz. This was, well, no, this is the battle between Weitz and Schwulenberg, and Weitz gets it on the exit there. Schwulenberg is too occupied with Weitz. He doesn't even notice Sambi. He's gonna get Schwulenberg here, and he just forces Weitz wide there into turn number 9. And I think he gets this one done as well. Brilliant racecraft from Ekoto Sambi on his Formula 2 debut. That is great stuff from Sambi. As here is Hwang Min Nguyen on to Jean-Francois Below. Below runs wide. Into turn 14 we go. It's Nguyen on the outside, heading into turn 14 now. It was turn 13 I was talking about, sorry. This is turn 15 now, as Zhukauskas and Brown in the background go wide as well. Into the final corner, Brown's going to try and get this one done. Zhukauskas on the outside seems to have a marginally better traction than Henry J. Brown, as they will be side by side down the start finish straight into turn number 1 as well. Brown's going to have the outside into the first corner then, as we head into turn number 2 and then 3. Zhukauskas tries his best to try and hold off the Formula 2 champion now, and unfortunately his efforts are in vain as Henry J. Brown goes up into P11. But it's not quite over yet. Here's Zhukauskas down the inside of Henry J. Brown into turn number 5. He's not letting this position go, Jakubas Zhukauskas, and they will be wheel to wheel then, heading down the back straight. And in fact, it's going to be Zhukauskas with the DRS. Henry J. Brown doesn't quite have it, as he was ahead in the DRS detection zone. So Zhukauskas gets up into 11th. Great battle there between the two, and it's going to be the ART of Zhukauskas getting himself up into P11, as Henry J. Brown will have to settle for 12th. But I definitely know the Portuguese man does not settle for positions like that. Here is Aaron Curtis, though, on the outside of Nikhil Walji. Doesn't quite get him on the outside, and Walji is going to be left, or well, Walji is going to successfully defend on that inside line. Here's Gabriel Gomez. Jake Tilsley's piling on the pressure behind him. It's not a good race for Trident at all, as they are P20 and, or well, P19 and P20, and they would have still been in championship contention mathematically. So yeah, big shame for them, and obviously Harus aren't scoring any points at the moment either. As here is Ekoto Sambi. He made up 2 positions. He's going to make up another one, as he's going to go to the inside line of Thunyatur and Konkum. Into turn 5 we go. Sambi gets a great run at turn number 5, and he's going to couple it together with the DRS as well, as Konkum doesn't have the DRS. Sambi's going to try and get this done before the corner, and he has done it. Ekoto Sambi up into 5th. Great race from Ekoto Sambi so far. This is what you love to see from a rookie performance. As here's the two Tridents going side by side then for P19. Hidayat is going to try and go up into 19th. Ahead of his teammate Tilsley. Goes over the curb though, that's a bit sloppy from the American. And Tilsley is going to get the better on, and as a result, he is going to be ahead of his teammate. Hidayat though with the DRS going to try and get this comeback as he's going to go to the inside line. Tilsley is going to run slightly wide, and Hidayat is going to get his position back. So that is Adam Hidayat up into 19th, and Tilsley goes down to 20th. Ole Bogues in last. Big shame for Ole Bogues, in fact. This is not how he'd want his Abu Dhabi Grand Prix to go. As here is Ide Weitz. Chasing down Thunyatorn Konkum for P6. He's still looking to keep up with Ekoto Sambi, it seems like. Could he try something to the inside line into turn number 5? So we're going to head into turn number 5 now. Weitz does try it into turn number 5. Saw the opening there momentarily, but he isn't quite able to get ahead either way. He's going to get another shot at it now, as he does have the DRS. Well, not quite, as Konkum does have the DRS as well, so Weitz can't quite try just yet. As here's the two Haruz cars going side by side. Haruz aren't scoring any points either. This is not how they wanted to play out either, considering they are fighting for the constructors at the moment, as Luan is in fact going to get himself ahead of Henry J. Brown. Into 12th goes Alex Luan. That's not a good look for Henry J. Brown, but this race doesn't really matter to him. It's just about, I guess, enjoying his it's about enjoying his final laps in a Formula 2 car, as there he's run very wide in fact, and Rowan Chotanus has got the Portuguese man now. Nikhil Walji seemed to try it, but he was too preoccupied with the Portuguese man, seems like. Here's Aaron Curtis now, side by side with the Canadian. As we head into turn 13, it's Curtis on the inside. He's going to have the inside through turn 14 as well, but it's going to turn into the outside line for 15, as they will be wheel to wheel now. And it's Walji's momentarily later on the brakes, but Curtis is going to have the traction round the outside through these final few corners, keeping it wheel to wheel with the Canadian down the start finish straight now, as his teammate Ari Soilu seems to get involved in this. Walji then is going to try one last dive into turn number 1, but I think he's going to actually keep it wheel to wheel with Aaron Curtis. I thought Curtis would have that one done, but Walji is still going to try and keep it to side by side with Aaron Curtis, but unfortunately for Walji, he does not make it stick, and Curtis does go up into P15. As here's Soilu, he sent it down the inside of 2 cars. He sent it down the inside of Gomez and Walji as well. And Nikhil is not going to try and let the Finn slide, as he's putting the squeeze on him. Walji does get past him now. Soilu's going to try to retaliate, but that straight line speed advantage is not there for Soilu, and he's going to have to remain behind. But at least it is one position up for Ari Soilu. Here is Jean-Francois below, on to Hwang Min Nguyen for 9th. He's going to run wide though, and as a result, Nguyen will stay in 9th, but Nguyen hasn't got the greatest of runs. Below is still trying to find a gap to try and squeeze himself into. At the moment though, Below will have to stay in 10th. And he'll have to wait for another opportunity to open. Let's go a bit further up the field. Ide Weitz still chasing down Thunyatorn Konkum for 6th. Into turn number 1 we go. Now through 2, 3 and 4. Weitz is going to reel in that gap as much as possible to try and launch an assault into turn number 5. Konkum is going to be prepared. Now heading into turn number 5, and Weitz is gonna go to the inside line. He's gonna have a good opportunity now that Konkum is outside the DRS. 5/10 gap between the two, as Thunyatorn Konkum gets a slightly better run on Ide Weitz, and Weitz can't quite try anything there. He got a bit of a poor exit And as a result, he wasn't able to try anything. Instead, it was below. I think he was having a move on Nguyen there. Or, well, he wasn't not a move, but he was having a look on the man from Vietnam. So below is just creeping behind as Nguyen is chasing down Tobias Schwulenberg for P8. Gonna look at Weitz versus Konkum again. You can see how close these two are. They headed out turn 14 now through 15 and 16 again. Weitz, he looks to gain so much in the corners on Thunderthorn Konkum, but he's just gonna have to plan his moves a bit smarter to try and get past him. So we're gonna head into turn number 1. He's right on his tail through the first corner. And then through 2, 3, and 4 as well. Gonna see if he is gonna be able to get this one done. So we're now gonna make our way down into turn number 5. Weitz looks to be the closest he's been yet. And he is gonna go to the inside line of Thunderthorn Konkum. It's a late braking maneuver for Ida Weitz on that inside line. Through turn number 5 we go. And surely this should be it for Ida Weitz. Unless Konkum's going to be able to retaliate. I don't think so, as Weitz does have the DRS. And that should potentially be the nail in the coffin for Thunderthorn Konkum for this move. He is going to try it one last time on that inside line. But Ida Weitz gets up into P6. And that is how you pull off an overtake into turn 5. As we're going to see the replay here. Here's Jake Tilsley. Into turn 5 we go. And oh, he's been tagged. Tagged by his teammate Adam Hideout, and that's a bit naughty from the American Indonesian. This is into turn 5. Oh, and what is he doing? He's completely misjudged that braking point. He's completely misjudged that braking point, Adam Hideout. Just as it was on lap 1, he's done it again, and this time he's broken the golden rule of motorsports to never hit your teammates. There's Zukauskas trying on to below in the background. Here's Nguyen on to Schwulenberg for 8th. Schwulenberg's going to run wide. And it seems to be very, very dangerous to go offline into turn number 8. As Nguyen will now go up into P8. Close pack for 9th. And now all behind Tobias Schwulenberg. Here's Ari Soilu on to Henry J. Brown. Brown, though, on that inside line is going to try and hold off the Finn. Soilu does swing around the outside line to keep this still a fair contest. Gomez tries to get involved into the battle there. If he would have made it a 3-wide, this could have been very, very dangerous indeed. But he's still going to try and lurk behind. As we head into the final corner, Brown is there on the outside line trying to hold off Ari Soilu. And he does hold him off. Soilu does not want to let it go. Then he's down the inside line. Gomez going to try and make it 3 wide, but ultimately has to back out to avoid a collision. And Soilu cannot try just yet. Brown does defend from the Finn. Here's below to the inside of Schwulenberg. Late lunge from the Frenchman. And I think it is too late. Wasn't close enough there. And did get a poor exit as well, and he's going to have to reap what he sows, as here comes Jakubas Zukauskas now with the DRS and the overspeed. He's going to try and punch his way past the Frenchman. He's going to try and put the squeeze on him a tiny bit. Into the chicane we go. Through turn 7, it's going to be Zukauskas on the inside line, but below, no one else is defending there, as he's going to be able to get the better exit on the Lithuanian. And he does hold him off for 10th. Below, defense is going to turn into offense for him, though, as here he is on the inside of Tobias Schwulenberg. And this should be the move done. Into turn 10 we go, or turn 9 we go, sorry. And Schwulenberg's run very wide there. In fact, Jakubas Zukauskas went past as well. And Schwulenberg could be roped into this battle between Shotanus and Luan. Luan tries it to the inside of Shotanus. Lots of battles here in Sector 3. As Shotanus is there on the inside, the two will be side by side now. Almost bang wheels. They're that close through turn 14. Into 15 we go, and 16. Shotanus will have to go the long way round on Alex Luan now, as we head down the start-finish straight. Into turn 1 we go. Rowan has the inside line and is gonna have the slight overlap as well onto the 1 through turn 2, 3, and 4. Now they're going to be wheel to wheel unless Shotana's going to try and get this one done completely. Never mind, it's Luan who gets it down through turn 3. Great stuff from Alex Luan, as here's Walji and Curtis side by side as well. As it's late breaks from Aaron Curtis, had to almost had to brake a bit too much to try and avoid going into the back of Rowan Shotanas. He is going to get Nikhil Walji, though, it seems like, with the DRS. He's right on the back of Rowan Shotanas. Walji's going to use the overspeed to box Curtis in, and he's going to go on the offense now onto Rowan Shotanas. Into turn 6 we go. Walji tries it, but I think it's a bit too opportunistic. No, it maybe isn't. Maybe not too far-fetched from Nikhil Walji, as they're going to be side by side down the back straight for 13th. Is it going to be the double overtake? Yes, it is for Nikhil Walji. Brilliant from the Canadian, as we're witnessing proper great battles here at Yas Marina, as Shotanas is still being pressurized by Aaron Curtis there through turn 9. But yeah, nothing coming out of that just yet, as here is Hidayat still chasing down Gabriel Gomez. Nothing happens there just yet. He will have to stay behind then. Here's Jakuba Zukauskas, who got past Tobias Schwulenberg a few laps earlier. Will look to get Jean-Francois below for 9th now. Let's see if he is going to be able to do it, as here is the position gains from the start. And big gainer, it's the young Kenyan on his debut, Ekoto Sambi. 9 positions gain. What an incredible race from Ekoto Sambi so far. Into 9th he is. Ida Weitz has gone up in 5 positions as well. Great race from Weitz. Then Zukauskas has gone up 6. The one in Walji up 6. And then a few losers as well. Schwulenberg is down 6. Brown and Soilo down 4. Hidayat is down 13. And Soki down 12 as well. And those last two obviously had collisions of their own on the opening lap. So big gainers, Ekoto Sambi and Ida Weitz. Sambi, I have to say, what a performance from him. Usually don't see a rookie go up 9 positions. That's certainly something. So we're now on lap 13 out of 24. Rosetta Martinez still in the race, lead by 3.6 seconds from Håkon Olsen in second. And Mateusz Materiał in third, sorry. It's been rather quiet in the top 3, bar the fact that Olsen and Materiał did have a bit of a back and forth. Apart from that, it's been Olsen in second and Materiał in third. So nothing has quite changed there. But it's been the midfield where we've seen the most action today. Lots of great battles all up and down the midfield for the points and for positions outside the top 10 as well. So yeah, the night may have fallen here at Abu Dhabi, but there's certainly no sleeping going on for these drivers. They're all awake and kicking and fighting it out with each other. Here is Luan. Could be the next man to try and get past Tobias Schwulenberg. Into turn 5 we go. He's going to get that inside line. Heading out of turn number 5. And it's a classic case of a turn 5 dive bomb, it seems like. As Luan doesn't get the better exit, but he's going to make up for it with the DRS. He's going to get another shot at trying it onto Schwulenberg. He's going to have a look on his inside, and they will be wheel to wheel. In fact, the Schwulenberg's going to be forced to the inside line. Luan's going to get the better run. He positioned his car perfectly for that one, and he's going to have the DRS to punch his way past as well into 11th place. Good stuff from Alex Luan, and he now is up into 11th. Not bad at all from Alex Luan, I say, as here is Adam Hidayat on the inside of Gomez. Isn't quite able to try it. Tilsley, who went down to last following his collision with Adam Hidayat, is looking to get past Ollie Boakes, his fellow compatriot, for P21. Here is below now. We're talking about how he seemed to be under pressure from Djokovic Zukauskas when he has, but all this time he's just been trying to chase down Hwang Min Nguyen for 8th. Here's Nikhil Walji now. As we look a bit further down the field, he's going to get past Tobias Schwulenberg now. To the inside goes Nikhil Walji. It's a big dive from the Canadian, and he actually does get it done. Great stuff from Nikhil Walji. That was a big move from the man in the Carlin, and he will be up into 12th. Schwulenberg still going to try and fight it, but there's not a lot he is going to be able to do, as Walji does get past with the DRS. Here's Jean-Francois below then, the Frenchman. Still looking to get Nguyen. Nguyen, though, has remained patient and, well, kept a cool head ahead of the Frenchman, who's been pressurizing him for a lot of laps now. So, yeah, not bad at all from Hwang Min Nguyen. But we'll see if Below is going to get a proper chance at overtaking the Vietnamese man, because I feel like he's been stuck behind that HWA for ages now. And Below would certainly love to get past Nguyen as well, considering Thunyatorn Konkum is just going to be further and further up the road, the more he's going to wait behind the Vietnamese driver. We might get our questions answered then, as we're going to head through the first couple of corners then. Through turns 1, 2, and then 3. Below's going to try and close the gap as much as possible through these corners. Seems like he maybe ran a bit wide through turn 2. I'm not sure. But he is still going to try something into turn 5. Below is not close enough to try anything there. So he's going to have to stay behind for P9 at the moment. Once again, he's just going to have to get closer, Jean-Francois Below. At the moment, this pace will not cut it. So he's just going to have to find... he's just going to have to find a few more tenths, and then he'll definitely be able to get past. Here is Aaron Curtis. He is looking to chase down Rowan Shotaunus for 14th. Shotaunus seems to be in the middle of everything today as well. He's been involved in a lot of midfield tussles today. Here's Ari Soilo to Henry J. Brown. And Brown's going to be left defending Soilo on the inside line once again. Does defend from Soilo this time. And now Soilo might have to worry about Gabriel Gomez in 18th now. Gonna go back to Jean-Francois Below then. The Frenchman, who, as I said, it's been maybe a bit of a bitter end to the season for Below, considering he won 2 races and at one point in this championship was leading it. Now is at the moment down in 8th and even behind his teammate Håkon Olsen in the championship. So, yeah, certainly it's a pretty disappointing second half of the season for Jean-Francois Below. Nothing the Frenchman can do, though, apart from just keep his head down and try and see what opportunities await him next season, as Luan jumps over the curb quite aggressively as he's trying to get Jakubas Zukauskas for P10 now. Alex Luan's had quite a charge into the points as well. Let's see if he's going to be able to pull this one off then. As we head into turn 9, he's going to be on the outside line, though. That's a less favorable line as well. He runs slightly wide, and Zukauskas will hold off the Vietnamese man into turn number 10. So Waldy's now looking to make something on the outside line here. Luan's going to retaliate onto Zukauskas. Bit of an unexpected move there, but Luan is going to go side by side with Jakubas Zukauskas. He's found the opportunity there to go wheel to wheel with the Lithuanian. He's going to try and take full advantage of this now as we head into the final corner. Luan gets it done into turn number 15. Great stuff and a great move from Alex Luan as well. That was brilliant. And into the points goes Alex Luan. Good stuff indeed from Luan. And now Caruz will be scoring points, even if it is only one single point. Here's Ron Schotanus. He's going to go to the inside of Tobias Schwulenberg. Schwulenberg dropping like a stone this race, as Schotanus is going to try and get him as well here with the DRS. Here's It Divides onto Ekoto Sambi. This is a battle we haven't quite seen now, as Weitz is going to get the overspeed onto Sambi. Ekoto Sambi seems to have dropped off the pace a bit, and It Divides is going to try and take full advantage of this now. He's going to try it on the inside line. He's going to have a look on the outside instead into turn number 9. Is this going to work for It Divides? I don't think so, but he's still going to try to go wheel to wheel with Ekoto Sambi, run slightly wide, and that's going to allow the Kenyan to defend from the experienced Swede for P5. Good stuff from Ekoto Sambi. Picked his lines well, knowing he was at a disadvantage there. So, yeah, smart and mature driving from Ekoto Sambi. As here's Henry J. Brown, still defending from Ari Soilu. Does defend from the Finn for P16, and you can see the pack that's forming as a result of Brown and Soilu's fighting. So here's Curtis and Shotanus going wheel to wheel. Aaron Curtis is going to get himself ahead of Ron Shotanus for P14. So good stuff from Aaron Curtis. So now on lap 19 of 24, It Divides is going to try to reel in Ekoto Sambi once again. He's getting rather close into turn 5. He's going to try it into turn 5 as well, but I fear he isn't close enough to try and succeed with this move. He is going to still try and go up and alongside him here as well into turn number 6. We're gonna go. It's gonna be Weitz on the outside with the DRS, but he's gonna quickly switch to the inside line, trying to catch Ekoto Sambi by surprise. As Sambi's there on the inside, he's going to jump over the curb. Weitz is going to swing it around the outside line and get the better exit along with the DRS. This should be the move sealed for It Divides, as that DRS is going to be the nail in the coffin for Ekoto Sambi. And It Divides gets himself over to P5. Great stuff, but it might not be over yet. Weitz runs very wide, and Ekoto Sambi goes up into 5th. What a turnaround! And Sambi is now into P5. As here is Rodrigo Jimenez, and he's gone up into the podium. I didn't even realize this was a battle, but here's Jimenez to the inside of Material, and Mateus runs wide. Jimenez goes up into 3rd. That's a shame for Material, who is now out of the podium, but yeah, now Ekoto Sambi is very lucky to be holding on to that P5. Great battle for P5 then between Sambi and Weitz. You love to see it here in the ACOC. And Rodrigo Jimenez as well, getting himself up to the podium. That should guaranteed be 2nd in the championship for Rodrigo Jimenez. Lap 20 out of 24, then 4 laps remaining in this Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. And I have to say, what a return to Yas Marina it has been as well to the ACOC. It's been a very, very good race, I have to say. Lots of overtaking, lots of action, and lots of great battles as well on display. So it has been not a bad race at all, certainly. As Aaron Curtis is now going to go to the outside of Schwulenberg now. He's going to try and look to drop Tobias Schwulenberg yet another position, as they will be side by side. Curtis has that inside line. Schwulenberg is going to get the better run. But we're going to go a bit further up. Here's Zukauskas and Nikhil Walji going side by side. Zukauskas is going to try and hold on to his 11th as he lost that 10th place to Below. Wouldn't want to lose another position now to Nikhil Walji. Walji's got that inside line though through turn number 9, and Walji goes through on the inside line and gets himself up into 11th. Good stuff from Nikhil Walji. Here's Axel Soki, who's going to try and go around the outside of Gabriel Gomez. Let's see if he is going to be able to get this one done then, as he is there on that inside. And two go wheel to wheel. Soki forces him out wide slightly, but he does get a poor exit as a result, and Gomez will be able to will be up into 17th. Here is Soylo and Hidayat going side by side, as Hidayat's going to be there on the inside, which will turn into the outside as we cross the start finish line and head down into turn number 1. Tilsley is going to try and make it 3 wide with Ari Soilu. Is there going to be contact? I don't think there was. Tilsley just backed out in the final moment there, and Hidayat will get himself up to 20th and possibly 19th. He's going to try and swoop through on the inside line here onto Ari Soilu, and he does so up into 19th. Goes out of Hidayat, not bad at all from the American-Indonesian, but it might not quite be over yet. Here's Soilu to the inside of Adam Hidayat. And he is going to have the slipstream, but won't mean much as Hidayat has the DRS as well. Here's Below now. He's going to get a proper good run on Hwang Min Nguyen. This is going to be his best chance yet to try it for P9, as Nguyen is going to hold that inside line. Below's going to be there on the outside. That's a less favorable line as well, as Below going to be able to get that one done, as he does run slightly wide, and Below will have to settle for 10th once again. Time is running out for the Frenchman, but Hwang Min Nguyen has been keeping a cool head ahead of the Frenchman, and well, yeah, certainly it's been a pretty decent drive from Nguyen, finishing in the points. So we're going to look at Rodrigo Jimenez. He got past Mateus Material. It could even be second for the Brazilian here, as he is now hot on the back of Håkon Olsen. Have to say, what a performance for Rodrigo Jimenez so far in this race. As we head into turn 5, he's going to try and line something up on the inside line there, but he is too far behind to think about it. He's going to get the DRS though. Second chance for Rodrigo Jimenez is going to come his way now. As is he going to try anything into turn 1? No, he does not try it. Gonna get another shot now, so he's gonna get into the second of the DRS zones. Olsen now is gonna be properly on the defense for this second place, as Jimenez is closing in, but he's not close enough. It's too far back for Rodrigo Jimenez to think about, and well, he'll have to stay behind for the time being. Here's Zukauskas and Schwulenberg going side by side, and Tobias Schwulenberg, of all people, is not going to be the man to potentially drop Jakubas Zukauskas down yet another position. The two are going to be wheel to wheel. Aaron Curtis is going to try and make you 3 wide. That's a bit dangerous, Aaron. But yeah, Schwulenberg as a result is going to hold himself ahead of Zukauskas. He's going to get ahead of the Lithuanian. Aaron Curtis is going to try and go around the outside line of Zukauskas as well. The Lithuanian dropping like a stone here in Abu Dhabi, as Curtis is there on the inside trying to get this move done, as the two will be wheel to wheel. Let's see if he is going to try and make this move stick on the outside. They will be side by side there. Rowan Shotano is in the background, is going to try and do something here as well. Let's see if he's going to get involved potentially, as he has got a good run on the pair of them, but Aaron Curtis does get himself ahead of Jakubas Zukauskas. So we head into turn number 1. Zukauskas tries one final move on that inside line, which he might just get, as he is going to be side by side with him, but Curtis out of turn number 3 shuts that down and gets himself up to P13. Not looking good for Jakubas Zukauskas, as he is now down into P14. Here's Alex Luan then on to Thunjatorn Konkum. Luan is going to gain yet another position here for Haruz, and into turn number 6 we go. He gets it done before the corner even, and Luan is up at the 7th. What a drive from Luan as well. He's having a brilliant race at the moment. Lots of standout performers here at Yas Marina today. Here is Below on to Nguyen. Could this finally be for Jean-Francois Below on the outside though? That's hurt him a bit, and as a result, he will not be able to do it. Oh, such a shame for Jean-Francois Below. He's got a lot of good opportunities, but I feel like he hasn't maybe taken full advantage of them. And Jean-Francois, as a result, will have to stay behind. As here's Rodrigo Jimenez now on the final lap of the race. Final chance for Jimenez to get himself up into second now, as he's going to reel in the Norwegian through the first couple of corners into turn number 5. It's going to be his prime opportunity to strike. Let's see if he's going to be able to do anything into turn number 5. So we head into turn number 5. Jimenez is going to go to the inside line, but Olsen on the outside is surely going to get the better run. No, they're going to be wheel to wheel, in fact, as Jimenez is going to get the DRS. Olsen is at a severe disadvantage now, as Jimenez is going to switch to the outside line, forcing Håkon Olsen to the inside as we head down into turn number 6 now. Jimenez is going to try and go around the outside, but he's going to have the less favorable inside line. He's going to go with the curb. Olsen is going to get the better run on Rodrigo Jimenez and get the DRS as well. An advantage suddenly swings in favor of Håkon Olsen, who I think is going to be able to defend from Jimenez. Jimenez is going to go to the outside. He's going to switch to the inside line into turn number 9. We go. Olsen, does he run wide? He does run wide. And Rodrigo Jimenez gets through into second place. Great stuff for Rodrigo Jimenez. His efforts have paid off. Here's Weitz on to Sambi as well. One final time between these two, and Ekoto Sambi is going to hold off the old fox in the Weitz for P5. Brilliant from Ekoto Sambi, but it is going to be this man who will take his first win in 3 seasons. He has driven brilliantly today, and he ends off the season on a high. Rosetta Martinez wins in Abu Dhabi. Rodrigo Jimenez comes home to secure second in the championship. Håkon Olsen is third. Mateusz Materiał and Ekoto Sambi, P4 and P5 on their debuts. What a race from Ekoto Sambi. 9 positions gained. He has really proven himself to be a potential star in Formula 2. Hwang Min Nguyen's just going to hold off Jean-Francois Below there for 10th. Here's Hidayat and Brown side by side to the line. And Hidayat is going to get Henry J. Brown at a pretty lackluster race. But guess it is fine nonetheless. As that is it then for the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix, and it is Rosetta Martinez who takes the win here at the Yas Marina circuit, and it's Rodrigo Jimenez and Håkon Olsen rounding out the podium. Then it's Mateusz Materiał, a very good 4th for him in his debut race, and then it is Ekoto Sambi finishing in P5. Ida Weitz finishes 6th, a close 6th with Alex Luan, a brilliant 7th as well. Was a great drive from him today with Thunya Tornkonkum in P8. Then it was Hwang Min Nguyen who held off Jean-Francois Below the entire race, with the latter finishing in P10. Then outside the top 10 we have, I believe it's Nikhil Walji in P11 with Tobias Schwulenberg in 12th. Aaron Curtis finishes 13th with Jokubas Zukauskas in 14th. Rowan Shatanis is 15th with Gabriel Gomez in P16. Axel Socki is 17th after a crash. Same goes for Adam Hidayat in 18th with Henry J. Brown in P19. Then Ari Soilu in 20th. And the final 2 finishing cars are Ollie Boaks and Jake Tilsley. And that's been it then for the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix and the 2021 Formula 2 season. As the sun sets on yet another exciting season of Formula 2, we can finally call it a day for Formula 2. And I have to say, what a season it's been as well. What an incredible title showdown we've had. Henry J. Brown has come out victorious in this title. We've had lots of action, lots of excitement, lots of drama over the course of yet another exciting Formula 2 season. That's been it then for this season of Formula 2, but the action at the Yas Marina circuit is far from over, ladies and gentlemen. Make sure to not miss the Formula 1 title decider at the Formula 1 Abu Dhabi Grand Prix between Enes Parachi and Alfred Klaus. here at this very track, which should hopefully take place tomorrow. So make sure to not miss that, the season finale and the title decider of Formula One. Until then, I have been Miran, and this has been the 2000.